What a wonderful.
Hey guys, it's Catherine, and this week's video is gonna be me doing my makeup and talking about a book. I'll be talking about A Home is Where the Bodies Are by let me say her name wrong. Jeneva Rose. I don't know, but it looks like this. I really like the detail of the book. It's really what brought me to it. It's like, looks like a cassette tape, and honestly, if you take like the little like paper cover thing, like even the hardcover looks like stinking cool. Like what? I think this is the only thing I've ever read by this author, but it's really good, so I'm really interested in like reading other ones. I think she has like one called The Perfect Marriage, which I'm pretty interested in reading. So if y'all read that, then let me know. So yeah, so I'll be just talking about this book. I do get into details, so if you haven't read it, then maybe don't watch this right now, because I don't want like you to get spoilers. I am gonna tell you right off the bat right now that I do recommend it. So if you've been thinking about reading it but not sure about it, I recommend it. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews on TikTok about it, which I hadn't seen until I started trying to look for like edits and stuff of the book, because I tend to do that. I'll look at edits and stuff, because like I don't know, I just want to see what the characters would look like, you know. But yeah, I don't know, it's really cool. I really like it. I give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that in here and doing this makeup look. So let's get into the video. Alright, so let's see if I can do better than the last video of like doing my makeup and talking at the same time, because yeah. So anyways, I guess I'll just describe what the book is about, and then I'll do a little bit of my makeup and then get into the story a little bit. So basically what the book is about is these three siblings. Their mom just recently passed away, and they are getting rid of stuff in the house, and they basically find this box full of like old videos, like childhood videos, cassette tapes, if I'm describing that right, I don't know. And then they play one of the cassette tapes kind of just to reminisce, and they find out a dark secret, and they're kind of just trying to figure out like what is going on. So that is basically what the book is about. It's pretty good. I know on TikTok I had a lot of mixed reviews where like some people were saying they didn't like it, some were saying it was good. I liked it. It's a pretty fast read, and you know, it's not a huge book, like as you guys saw, like it's not a huge book, so there's not a lot. It kind of basically gets to the point. First thing I'm gonna go in is with my sunscreen. I use the Bioma, I could be saying that wrong, SPF 50. So basically, I finished this book in, I want to say like 48 hours. Finished this book in 2 days. So that's how fast, like it's a pretty fast-paced book. And it had me pretty hooked to the point where I could finish it in, 2 days. So it basically starts off with Beth's point of view. So you got the three siblings' point of view in this book. So it starts off with Beth, which she is the oldest sibling out of the three. She's back at home. It starts off with her being back at home and just taking care of her mom. Her mom has cancer, and she's basically like at the end of it. Like she has a hospice nurse and everything. She is still at home though, so she does pass away at home. And I guess it's not really stated, but I guess Beth tells her siblings. It doesn't really say. I don't think it said how she told her brother. It does come about how she told her sister, so I guess she did tell them. And then I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Stay Cool primer stick. So yeah, so she basically tells her siblings, hey, you need to come and like see mom or whatever, because she's the only one really taking care of her mom. So yeah. So anyways, so then she's making like a sandwich or whatever for her mom, and then her mom was like, hey, can you come over here? She starts calling her out, whatever. And she already knows, like, you know, like, she's gonna pass away. Like, this is the end. So anyway, so that ends up happening. And then, like, literally 2 pages into the book. And so then her brother finally shows up. Like, literally, like, maybe, like, I don't know. It happened really quick in the book, but I feel like it was probably like an hour or two afterwards. But I'm gonna go in with my contour stick in Fenty Beauty Truffle and contour my forehead. So anyways, so yeah, so then they was like, can I have, you know, speak with her, like have some words with her, even though she's already, you know. And she was like, okay. So she goes to the kitchen. I think, yeah, this is all still her point of view. I don't think we do get Michael's point. We do get Michael's point of view in the book, but it's just like later on, I think, or we do get it like on his way to the house, basically. So yeah, so I suck at describing things, so yeah, there's that. Anyways, so yeah, so they both say bye to her mom. I think the hospice nurse gets there, and you know, arrange the whole setup or whatever for the funeral. And Nicole, which is, so Michael is the youngest sibling, and then Nicole is the in-between sibling, the middle child, if we're gonna say. And she is, so Michael becomes, I'm gonna say this, so entrepreneur, is that how you say it? I can't speak, you know. But yeah, so he becomes a businessman. So he doesn't live in their small town anymore. He lives like in New York or something. Like, he been long gone, right? Which we find out why at the end of the book, but we'll get to that eventually. So then, oh yeah, I don't use foundation. Like, I use foundation like if I'm going out at night or something, then I use foundation. But I don't really like using it. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Summerland Beach matte bronzer. So anyways, so I know y'all saw that. Anyways, so yeah, so the cops end up calling Beth, and they're like, hey, your sister, because she wants to text Nikki again, or Nicole, but she's like, no, I'm not gonna text her anymore because she don't care, because she's a drug addict. So they don't have the best relationship anymore because of that. And then also Beth doesn't have a good relationship with her daughter either. She ends up calling her daughter to let her know, hey, your grandma has passed away, and her daughter's like in the Navy or something, and I don't know, they just don't have a good relationship ever since like Beth's father had like vanished. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Beth's father just vanished, right? That's where the book starts. Dad disappeared. Don't know. Anyways, so then I'll do my eyebrows next. So anyways, so yeah, so then the cops call Beth, and they're like, hey, your sister, she's in the hospital, like she got hit pretty badly, or like beat up pretty badly, but she does want to leave the hospital. She doesn't want to stay here, so we need like someone to give her like consent or something. Like basically they couldn't let her leave unless someone came and picked her up, and like someone that knew her. So Beth was like, okay, I'll be there. So anyway, so Beth goes to pick her up. Mind you, their mom just passed away, so there's also this going on. So yeah, so then Beth comes, picks her up, tells her, you know, the news of like their mom had passed away. And then that's when Beth finds out that Nicole has been doing like treatment to like get rid of her addiction, because I believe I used to NYX brow pencil in the shade espresso. Anyways, that's where Beth finds out that Nicole has been trying to stay clean and has been doing a treatment because Nicole was trying to because Nicole's their mother was like, oh, I don't want to see you again until you're clean or have a chip, because like when people stay sober they get like a little like chip. So she was about to get it, and then their mom passed away. So, but yeah, she was trying to stay clean. So that's when Beth finds out that, well, she doesn't find out about the whole chip thing, but she just finds out that she's been trying to keep clean. So anyways, so then, all right, Beth was like, okay, you're coming home with me. So they go back home. They basically have like they drink and stuff, and like kind of just like, I don't know how to explain it, like just have their breakdown moment, which is understandable. And like 3 siblings, they all have like their little breakdown moment. There's a lot of like funny, like I don't want to say funny scenes, but there's just like a lot of like sibling fights, and like the fight gets so like escalated at the dinner table. Like it's so fucking funny. Like like Beth will be like, and you're an addict, like you're a crackhead, like, oh, like shit just gets out of the rail. Like that shit had me fucking dying, bro. But anyways, like so out of pocket. But so yeah, anyways, so that happens. And then the next day, I think it was the next day, this lawyer comes. They didn't even know the mom had a lawyer, so like he just appears there. I low-key was a little sketched out by that. I was like, and the lawyer basically gives them each a letter and is like, okay, this is what you get, this is what you get, this is what you get. So Beth gets the house, and I think she gets to keep whatever like is in the house, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's the one that got the most things. And then Michael, they really just gave him like their dad's stuff, and that's it. But you'll find out why. And then Nicole got like all their mom's journals and like all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So anyways, so then I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So anyway, so then so they start basically like getting rid of the stuff in the house, like trying to clear out the house. That's when they find out that the mom wants to be cremated, and like just the ashes thrown in the yard, and like that's her wishes and whatnot. And she doesn't want them to read the letter until like 3 days, I believe, or something like that, like on the 3rd day, or like after her like funeral, and that's when like I don't know, something like that. Anyways, so then so yeah, they go through the attic. They start getting rid of stuff in the attic, and that's when they come about this box of cassette tapes from like old childhood memories, like home videos. And Nicole's like, oh, let's watch it. Like I want to see, our childhood and whatnot. Like everyone's really broken in this family. But yeah, so they're like, okay, let's put a video in, whatever. So they put a video in. And the video starts off normal, and then towards the end they realize that the mom recorded like a dead body, and the dad being like, oh, I can't tell you what happened, like just help me hide the body. Real sketchy shit, right? Real sketchy shit. So that everyone's in shock. Everyone's just like everyone's in shock. Everyone's like, what the fuck did we just witness? Like, what? Oh, because let me also tell you, this is why I forget things. So, when the mom was about to pass away and she called Beth into the room, when she was dying, like her literal last words were like, Dad didn't disappear, and don't trust anybody. And she was like, don't trust who? And then she fucking dies. So that, so there's that, right? Okay, so keep that in mind, right? All right. So that, so anyway, so we just saw this videotape. This is some sketchy shit. Like, girl, not as innocent as we thought. All right. So then I'm trying to think what eyeshadow palette I want to use. So anyway, so then they're like, oh, should we tell the cops? And then they're like, I forgot who came up where they were like, and what we're gonna tell them, that we saw this videotape and like ruin our reputation, the reputation of our parents. Like, no, like we don't even know the full extent. We don't even know what happened. Like, do we really think our parents are capable of killing someone? Anyways, so that whole thing happened. They're like, okay, they come to the term of like they're gonna investigate more into it, see if like the journals say anything, because basically the mom like journals everything, or she records everything. So they were like, okay, there has to be, you know, an explanation to this. So they're like, okay, we won't go to the cops until we find out more details as to what happened. Because, mind you, the dead body is the sister of Lucas, which Lucas is best boyfriend back in the day when they were kids. So, mind you, she still has feelings for Lucas too, low-key. And she's divorced, so it's, you know. So then, I think the next day or something, Lucas comes to the house. So now Lucas appears. That had me sketched out. Alright, red flag right there for me. Because why does this man appear after they watched that video? No. And he's just there to give his condolences and like, and you know, and he lives right, apparently he lives like right in front of their house. So he lives across the street. So yeah, so anyway, so then I think she asked him or he asked her, but one of them asked if they want to go for a walk, like tomorrow or something, and they were like, okay, yeah. Anyways, and then the siblings were like, why would you do that? Like, why, you know what you know, why would you do that? And anyways, so that happens. Then I'm trying to think what else happened after that. I'm gonna use pink. I kind of want to go for a pink look. I'm gonna use the Hershey Kisses Lava Cake palette. So basically after that, I don't think what happens. I think Nicole tries to investigate more into it. So she ends up calling an old friend of hers. Which I low-key thought they had like a little thing going on, but I guess he's a cop now, and or the head of the cops. I don't know. He's somewhat important, anyways. And then he was able to get like all of like the records of like, cause it went cold. Obviously, they never found like who the killer was, and it went cold. So then, and never found a body either. So it went cold, so she was able to get the records. He gave her the records, so she's like investigating all this, right? And they're kind of like, why would you get the records? Like, that's so like obvious. And she's like, no, because I just said like the records are for like this book that I'm writing. And like, she actually does end up writing a book, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, so that happens. And then the journals are missing pages like of that like night. Like, it's not, things are just not adding up. Anyways, I'm trying to find a clean brush, so that is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, so anyway, so then I might be missing key points of the story, but you're just gonna have to bear with me. You just got to bear with me because I forget things. But yeah, so then so she gets the records, whatever. The next day, Beth goes on a walk with Lucas and whatnot, and I think they end up talking about like his sister and stuff. And I don't know. She wants to tell him, she's getting like anxiety and stuff, and like she wants to tell him, but she can't because like she doesn't really know like what really happened. And so yeah, so she does not tell him. And then they start watching more home videos, and then in the next home video that they watch, they see that like the mom is recording very differently to how she normally would record. Now she's kind of like zooming in on their dad and stuff, and like, which I'll get back into this part of the story because it really is crazy. Like, once you get to like the end and you start like piecing stuff together, you're like, But yeah, so she's like, you know, recording Michael like up close. She's recording the dad up close, like, you know, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, you could tell that, like, she's acting different and she's not okay. So then, yeah. So then, I think Lucas ends up asking her if she wants to go for like a walk again, and she's like, okay, yeah, sure. Oh, wait. They go to get their like mom's like ashes, and when they come back, the house is broken into. Which, like, nothing really happened, but like I was just like, that's suspicious. That's weird. Like okay. And then Lucas appears. Oh, cause then, on the first walk that they went on, she tells Lucas like, oh, I've been emailing my dad, cause like, I don't know, I just like want him to answer, like I want him to respond, but like he never does, but like I want him to. And so, tell me why, before their house gets broken into, tell me why her dad responds to her emails after she tells fucking Lucas. That's weird. I was like, no. That's suspicious to me. Like, that's suspicious to me. I was like, I don't like the vibes of that. So anyways, so then, so yeah, so that happens. And then, Michael, because he knows how to hack into things and stuff like that. And so he was like, okay, let me see if I can find an IP address. They find an IP address to like this abandoned house, and then Nicole's like, oh, please take me there. Like, I need to like see him. Like, it's worth a shot. So he was like, okay. Beth is like, no, I'm not going. Like, I don't want to see him. Like, he's been gone all these years. Like, no. So she stays back to clean up the mess of the break-in. I thought they would have stolen like the video, the cassette tape, because they have it right on top of the TV. I'm like, you're not gonna hide that shit. That shit has evidence, but whatever. But they didn't. It was still on top of the TV, so everything's good with that, I guess. So anyway, so then Michael comes. No, not Michael. Michael's the brother. Whoops. Then Lucas comes, and he's like, oh, well, what happened here? Like, cause the house, you know, the door's like broken. So they're like, oh, what happened here? You need to mind your business, because that, I'm telling you, I was suspicious that it was Lucas, low key. Because I was like, and tell me why. He's like, well, I just came over to like ask if you want to go for a run. And then the place he chooses to go for a run or like a walk or whatever, it's the place where his sister got murdered. Okay, it's a little weird for me. So then I'm gonna go in with some eyeliner called Double the Fun by Wet n Wild. It's the SpongeBob collection. That to me, oh wait, let me put like an eyeshadow base on there. That to me was weird. I was like, don't like the vibes. Like, why there though? Like, why? No. So anyways, so they go for this walk or whatever. They kind of talk. They end up kissing. Yeah. Which, I mean, their chemistry is there, not gonna lie. So anyway, so yeah. So then, let me get makeup wipe. So they go to this Michael and Nicole, they go to the abandoned house, and there's no one there. Like, there's no one there, and Nicole kind of has like a breakdown, and she's like, oh, can you, because she needs drugs, she's like, oh, can you take me to like this place? Like, I was staying with this roommate, and my roommate's saying that she's gonna leave, so like I need to go grab my stuff. And so they end up going to this motel, and the motel, you already know. So anyway, so she goes into the room. Michael stays in the car. and he hears screaming. So he goes up there. Apparently, they're not actually roommates. It's a drug dealer, and she owes him money. And he's actually the one that breaks into their house because he was looking for like stuff worth money to like compensate, I guess, that like he hasn't paid him. And so Michael ends up beating the fuck out of him. And basically gives him money too, like everything that she owed him, and was just like, leave my sister alone. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, brother, whatever. So then, yeah, so that happens. They go back to the house. Bev already has everything like cleaned up, organized, whatnot. Yeah, and then they end up having the mom's little like funeral thing where they throw the ashes. Lucas shows up with like his mom. His mom has dementia, but he was like, can I bring her? You know, because like they were best friends. His mom and then her mom were best friends, which crazy stuff. Also, the sister has found out that, I think his name was Charlie, he got charged for the girl's murder, but then was discharged because there was no like proof. Not that there was no proof, but like her bike appeared out of nowhere. So like, because the mom had staged the bike to get him out of jail because she knew that he wasn't, he wasn't the one. And then there was this other girl that she's in the first video, home video, but she just knocks on the door and tries to ask if she can hang out with Beth. They realize that she also went missing. So now there's possibly like 2 murders, but then Charlie also went missing. So there's that whole thing. This is all that Nicole's finding out through these like records of the police, right? So hold on, I cannot do my eyeliner like this. Hold on. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the funeral. So they have the little funeral. They throw the ashes around. The mom, Lucas's mom, comes and whatnot. And ooh, I don't know if I like this eyeliner. Ooh, that looks a little red. I don't know about that. Yeah, how do we feel about that? That kind of look red. I don't know. It doesn't look the best, but we're gonna go with it because, So anyways, so they have the little funeral. He brings his mom. His mom has dementia. And he's basically told her like, oh, we're at like her funeral. I'm like, because she's over here talking about like, oh, where's y'all's dad? And then he's like, oh, he went to the supermarket, he had to go get something, whatever. And then she's like, oh, and where's y'all's mom? Because she's supposed to show me where my daughter is. And they're all kind of just like, except for Lucas, because Lucas, he's unaware of what's going on. And he's like, no, like, she passed away. Like, we're at her funeral right now. And then he's like, and, your daughter's in her bike. Like, she's on her bike. Because he doesn't want to keep on telling her, like, oh, your daughter's actually dead. So, yeah. So, anyways, so then... Yeah, I don't know if I like this eyeliner because it's a little streaky. Like, it's not like covered, but I mean, I guess it worked, whatever. But yeah, so then so that happened, and then he's like, okay, really that whole point of that scene was for her to say, oh, like, your mom was gonna show me where she is, because honestly, he literally said that, and then they left. He was like, I think I'm gonna take her home. So what was the point? So like, what was the point? But like, it literally was just for that. So then, yeah, he left. Like, he was like, oh, I'm gonna take her home. Like, I'll see you around. because like she was doing better, but like now she's saying all this, so I'm gonna take her home. So anyway, so then they finish, throwing the ashes, whatnot. They get into a fight about something. I don't even remember what they got into a fight about, but they got into a fight about something. I think it was about like how Michael always got everything because he got a computer, he got this, he got that, he got the classes, he got, And so I think they got into a fight about that, and then he dips, like he leaves, and he was like, okay, I'll be back for one of y'all's funeral. Like, like it was, like I'm telling you, they be saying out of pocket shit. Anyways, so then Nicole also leaves. Not for like the reason that you're thinking, but she does try to go get drugs. So she like takes, cause Beth got a key to a lockbox that's in a bank, and so she got the key to get like whatever was in the lockbox to get drugs, to make money for drugs, because she don't got money. Anyways, so then Beth stays home, whatever. No. I'm missing something. That's why. So after the funeral, I think Nicole goes to get treatment or something. She goes and gets like treatment done. Her brother takes her, whatever. Beth stays home. And when Beth stays home, Lucas comes over and he comes into the house and he's like looking around and whatnot. He looks like he's looking for something. And then he's like, oh, well, give me a tour of the house. So why you want a tour of the house? I'm telling you, each minute I was getting more suspicious. I was like, what do you want a tour for the house for? Anyway, so he's like, oh, give me a tour of the house. So he gives her a tour of the house, whatever. They end up in her room, and then they end up sleeping together. And then he ends up confessing to her that, like, his dad, like, oh, the reason why they broke up wasn't because of long distance. It was going to be because he was like, I would have done long distance with you. But it was because, when my dad committed suicide, he wrote a letter saying that that he wasn't a good person and that he murdered someone, and I feel like he murdered my sister. So anyways, so that's what happened, right? And that's when she was like she starts throwing up and she starts crying and whatnot, and she's like, no, like I can't let you keep on thinking that it's your dad, like it's actually my parents. And then she tries to go show him like the house video, but now the house video is cut, like you can't see what happened, right? Like they cut that part out. So she's like rewinding, and it's not working. And she's like, I don't know what's going on, but like it was on this video, like it was on this videotape. And he starts losing his shit. He's like, oh, like I can't do this with you, like he was doing too much. Like. He was like, I can't do this with you, like, like, you're crazy. Like, how are you gonna say this? Like, how are you gonna, like, right? So he leaves, and she goes into a mental breakdown. Like, I'm talking about homegirl started burning shit down in the house. Like, she grabbed all the fucking boxes of all, like, the house memories and shit. Like, I'm talking about, like, all the home videos, all the, like, journals, everything. Mind you, the journals weren't even hers. She starts burning all that shit. Actually, I'm not even sure if she gets the journals, but basically what I'm trying to get is that she gets like all like their like family memorabilia. She just starts fucking burning that shit. Like, damn. So yeah, so then the siblings come home and they see that and they're like, what the fuck? And then that's when they get into a fight. Whatever. Michael dips. He's like, I'll see you again when there's another funeral. Like, Nicole goes into the house because she's pissed the fuck off. And Beth basically, like, she literally just, and it starts pouring rain too, by the way. It literally starts raining, and that's when Beth gets a shovel, and she's like, I'm gonna find these bodies and I'm gonna get Lucas back. Girl, is Lucas really like all that? Like, oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, so then let me put on some mascara. So that happens, whatever. She goes and gets a shovel. Nicole goes into the house. She reads the letter that her mom left her, but it's actually not. Let me not say that. She reads this letter. It's basically saying, like, how, like, a disappointment of a child, like, she was, or whatnot. Like, just, like, you were my kid, but, like, I was so disappointed in you, or something like that. And, that led her to want to do drugs. So that's when she grabs the key and tries to go to the bank and you know, find whatever her mom left for Beth so she could use it for drugs. So anyways, so then yeah, and Beth is just out here fucking digging holes and shit, looking for the bodies. So then she goes, I don't remember how she finds it, but she goes into like this like little nest, like I want to call it a little nest, like covered in trees, and there's like bushes, but the bushes are outgrown, and it's just like, it literally gives like she's going into a little cave, like that's how it's detailed. And she goes in there and she finds like cemeteries, kind of like they have like little like sticks, and it has this, like the names, but the names are like coded, so like it has like the dogs' names, like all the pets they had that had like passed away, and then it had Butterfly, Garfield, and I forgot what the other one, but there was another name. And then she starts digging because she's like, I don't remember like any pets with these names. So she starts digging, right? And she finds 3 bodies. And immediately she knew who Butterfly was because of something. She didn't know who Garfield was. So she was kind of like, who is this? Which Garfield is Charlie, because Charlie, when her mom went over to give him like dinner or something, I don't know, she felt guilty, so she came with like dinner or something. He was watching Garfield, so that's why. So anyways, so that's why his name was Garfield on the tombstone. So then, yeah, so I just suck at talking. I don't know. So anyways, so yeah, so she finds the 3 bodies. She's like, oh my gosh, she screams because she like freaks the fuck out, which I would freak the fuck out too, because like, what? Okay, I cannot. So she immediately realizes that like one of the bodies is her father, so that's why her mom was like, he's, you know, he didn't actually disappear. This man was actually killed. So that's how she realized, because he had like the ring. So she was like, what the hell, like what is going on here? Then, mind you, it's raining and she screams whatever, but she's kind of like numb, so she doesn't remember screaming. Why Lucas appears? This man appears, bro. When I tell you, I was like, it's him. My ass was like, oh, it's him. Like, there ain't no, because why? This man just threw a whole tantrum talking about how you gonna talk about my father like that, and like all this stuff, and now this man is gonna appear. Like, nope. Like, I was like, you can't tell me that he's not the killer. So then, so yeah, so that's not working, but I need to sharpen this. I need a sharpener. Yeah, so then so he appears, whatever. She's like skeptical because she's like, how did he come out here, you know? And like really thinking about, when I was reading the book and I was thinking about, I was like, how would he have heard her scream though? Like, how would he have, like, you know? And then she was kind of like, how you knew I was out here? And then he was like, oh, well, I came to see you because like I felt bad how like things ended between us, and like I wanted to see if you were okay. And then I heard a scream. Okay, sir. Okay. Like, she's like, oh, my hair looks like trash right now, but, okay. Like, what do you mean, sir? Like, what? No. So then, that had me sketched out, I'm not gonna lie. So anyways, so she's sketched out too. So she's like, oh my god, like, what is about to happen? Tell me why Michael appears. Michael appears and he hits Lucas in the head. Oh, this doesn't have black. Okay. So that's like suspicious. Like, fuck. Okay. So then, so yeah. So he did that, whatever. And then that's when we find out that Mike was actually the killer. Yeah. I was shook. I was shook. And, you know, he basically starts telling everything to his sister. He starts telling, like, what happened to Charlie, tells what happened to the other girl, what happened to, you know, their dad. I'm not going to get into details. You can read the book and you'll, like, you know. And it's just crazy because then you start seeing, like, okay, that's how the video went fucking missing. Like, that's how, like, you know, the letter that Nicole read wasn't her letter. It was actually his letter. And he took Nicole's letter. So she would literally just go into drugs because he knew, like, just crazy shit like that. And I was baffled. And then it makes sense why, like, you know, like, he starts saying, like, oh, that's why I got all these stuff, because mom and dad were trying to, like, distract me and trying, like, this and that. And I was like, and then when you start thinking about, like, that home video where, like, the mom is, like, zooming in on the dad, she wasn't zooming in on the dad, she was zooming in on him, because she, like, knew that he, like, that was just crazy to me. I was just like, no. So they start getting into a fight, you know, whatever. Nicole ends up finding out. That's the good thing, though. That's the good thing. So Nicole, you know, she went to the bank, tried to get whatever was in the lockbox. The bank teller was like, hey, like, I need an ID. And she was like, oh, shoot, like, I forgot my ID. And she starts crying or whatever. And the bank teller feels bad. So she's like, okay, like, if someone asks, you show me your ID. And I saw it. And, like, you're good. And she goes into the room. What was in the lockbox was the truth. The mom was like, I can't keep on, like, dealing with this truth. So the whole truth is in there. Basically saying that, like, Michael's the killer. All that, right? So she ends up calling the cops. And she's like, I need, you know, cops at this house. And bitch. So then she got there. And she sees the whole gun situation happening with Beth and him, whatever, and they start fighting like if they were siblings. Like, I'm talking, and then you hear a gunshot, and then it ends there, and then the cops show up. Luckily, Michael's the one that got shot, and not the two sisters. And then there's like a fast forwardness, and then in the fast forwardness, that's when, you know, we see that whatchamacall her, bro? Beth is with Lucas, and she actually adopted a baby. So they have, like, their own little family. She actually has a good relationship with her daughter now. And Nicole is actually clean, and she became a book writer, and this is her book. And, like, it's so, like, cool. Like, I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh my god. Anyways, and then Michael obviously in jail. So yeah, I mean, they have no grudge towards him. Apparently, they still love him as, like, their brother. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel in that type of situation. But yeah, so I don't know. I give the book a 10 out of 10. It definitely had me on my toes. I wasn't expecting, like, I don't know. I just wasn't expecting it to be Michael, to be honest. I was expecting it to either be the dad or, like, and, like, the dad was gonna appear, or, like, I don't know, but I just wasn't expecting, like, that. I don't know. I wasn't expecting for it to be Michael. So I wasn't even expecting it to be Lucas, to be honest, because the way that man just, like, randomly appeared was just. Also, it's funny how, like, this time I'm done with the story, but I'm not done with my makeup. So I guess I'll keep talking about it. Until, you know, I'm done. I don't know. I give it a 10 out of 10, personally, for me, because it really did have me on my toes. I didn't even know, like, I don't know. I just thought that I honestly thought that dad was still alive when she said that your dad's actually, because he was like, I'm closer than you think. Yeah, obviously, because he's freaking buried in the backyard. But I literally started thinking, like, what if this man, like, I don't know, like, lives in a shed or something? Like, he's been living there all this time, and, like, I don't know. And then with the email, like, I really thought that was him emailing her. And I was just like, this man is literally alive. Like, what? Like, excuse me? So, yeah. So, that was crazy, to be honest. I was like, okay. So, yeah. I don't know, and I thought maybe it was Lucas because he started giving me the creeps, honestly. Like, I was like, you acting a little suspicious, to be honest. I don't know. My favorite character would probably be Nicole, to be honest, because her sense of humor had me dead. But Beth was also pretty funny, so I don't know. They were pretty cool. It's a pretty good story. I just went back in with my contour stick, and then I'm using the House Labs Fire Opal highlighter as like blush, but also as like highlighter. It's like an orangey coral color. So yeah. So now I would definitely recommend reading the book if you haven't read it. Because my descriptions don't give it justice. But then also I just started reading the Inheritance games, so I'm on chapter 2 of that book. So I guess I could do one on that one too if y'all really wanted to see that, because yeah, I don't know, I really like the I really like the I forgot what it was called. The Natural series. There you go. I really like the Natural series. I feel like it was a good book. I don't know, but then I've had people saying that the Inheritance game is boring, so she just seems like, so far she just seems like she's really good at like games and like math, which could not be me, but love that for her. We're gonna ignore my hair because my hair looks like ass, but that is the final makeup look. I don't know how I feel about it all, but yeah, that's how it looks. Oh, and yeah, the eyeliner, not a big fan. It kind of looks, it's supposed to be pink, but it kind of looks red to me. But yeah.